Well, hello the new, it's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from here in the Giggle Mill in Haslingden, north of Manchester. Studio B means that my resident engineer will, as always, be none other than Adolf Apfelstrudel, a very sweet chap from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria, which is in Germany, as you know. Technically perfect. Unfortunately, during the WAR, he became a strict disciplinarian and refuses me more than 12 digital megaburgers per broadcast. This means that I have to deny you, once again, the all-time thrill of seeing and hearing my world-famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. As you know, Adolf refuses to appear in person in front of you, the audience. And this is because of the dreadful wounds he got in the WAR. But just occasionally he will wave to you. And if you're in the mood, I'll ask him if he's likely to be keen to wave to you today. Adolf, do you think you might wave to the audience today and give them a thrill? What do you think, Adolf? What do you think? Oh, you're in luck, folks. By the sound of it, he's willing to wave to you. So I'll just give him a few seconds to come across and wave. Going to wave now, Adolf? Right. That's very kind of you, Adolf. I'm sure the audience will be delighted. Thank you very much, Adolf. And we'll see you next time, do you think? Well, by the sound of it, Adolf's delighted that you're delighted. So now I'm going to tell you a little tale about a detective. This detective was very keen, and he was eventually put on what's called motorway patrol duties. The chief constable himself of Cheshire called him in, and he said, listen, he said, there's been an awful lot of thefts of trucks and from trucks in this county, and I'm determined to stamp it out. He said, you're in charge now. You stop any truck that you're not happy with, and you watch out for anybody stealing trucks or anything from trucks. So he said, off you go. So the very next morning, he's in his patrol car on a bridge over the M6 in Cheshire. And in the distance, he sees this huge Pantechnicon coming towards him, and it's swaying from side to side as it comes. So he's immediately suspicious, and he gets his car going, and off he goes, and he follows the truck, pulls it over into one of the service areas, and he asks the driver if he'll step down from his couch. He's very high up, you see. So the guy steps down, and the detective's got his notepad out. He said, right, young man, he says, what's your name? He said, my name is Tony Tornado. So writes that down, Tony Tornado. He says, and where have you just come from? He said, I've come from Torquay. So he said, Tony Tornado from Torquay. He said, and where are you heading today? He said, I'm heading for Todmorden. So he said, your name's Tornado. He said, you come from Torquay and you're heading for Todmorden. Right, he said, what capacity is this truck? He said, it's 22 tons. 22 tons. He said, right, Mr. Tornado. He said, you come from Torquay and you're on your way to Todmorden, and your truck is a 22-ton truck. He said, but what is your load? What actually load are you carrying? He said, I'm carrying 2 tons, 2.2 tons. Oh, right, he said, Mr. Tornado. He said, you come from Torquay and you're going to Todmorden. Your truck's capacity is 22 tons, but you're only carrying 2.2 tons. That's right. He said, where are you going in Todmorden? He said, well, I'm going to Tescos. Oh, he said, Mr. Tornado, right, he said, you come from Torquay and you're going to Todmorden. Your truck's got a capacity of 22 tons, but you're only carrying 2.2 tons and you're going to Tesco's. Right. So what actually are you carrying? Oh, he said, I'm carrying tinted toilet tissues. So he's writing this down and he's saying, right, Mr. Tornado, you come from Torquay and you're going to Todmorden. Your truck has a capacity of 22 tonnes, but you're only carrying 2.2 tonnes. You're going to Tesco's with tinted toilet tissues in the back. Is that right? He said, yes. He said, who have you got to ask for when you get to Tesco's? He said, what's the name of your contact there? He said, the guy's called Terence Trinder. So he said, right, Mr. Tornado, he said, have we got this straight? He said, you come from Torquay, you're going to Todmorden, your truck has a capacity of 22 tonnes, but you're only carrying 2.2 tonnes. You're going to Tesco's, you're carrying tinted toilet tissues, and you have to ask for a Mr. Terence Trinder. Is that right? He said, yes. He said, well, who is this Mr. Trinder? Your contact. He said, who is he? He said he's an arsehole agent. Thank you and good night, folks.